Okay, let's just jump right in. Picture this. It's Sunday afternoon. You're standing there, staring blankly into your open refrigerator. And you have incredibly good intentions, right? You genuinely want this week to be different. You want to actually eat well. You want to stop throwing away perfectly good money on groceries that just end up rotting in the crisper drawer. And you really want to stop defaulting to ordering takeout by Wednesday night just because you didn't have a solid plan. So, you close the fridge door, maybe open up Instagram. You scroll past 3 pristine, perfect meal prep posts, feel a little twinge of guilt, and then you open the fridge again. And guess what? Absolutely nothing has miraculously changed.
It's a brutal contrast, isn't it? We have these hugely ambitious Sunday intentions, eating well, saving money, but then they absolutely crash into our Wednesday reality. The midweek panic sets in. You're exhausted from a ridiculously long day at work, the kids are hungry and cranky, and boom, you're ordering takeout again. We've all been there. It really feels like a personal failure every single week when the reality of our actual chaotic lives collide with those weekend ambitions. Honestly, it's just exhausting to care so much and still end up sitting in the drive-thru.
But right here is the absolute most important takeaway from this whole explainer. This is not a motivation problem. It is a planning problem. I really want to reassure you that your past frustrations, they are not about a lack of discipline or laziness. No way. This cycle has been happening every Sunday for years because literally nobody has ever given you a tool built for your actual life. You've been trying to use meal prep methods designed for some idealized version of you, a version who somehow magically has 2 free hours on Sunday and a perfectly organized, fully stocked pantry. And let's be real, that version of you doesn't exist, and that is completely okay.
Okay, let's dive into exactly how NutriPrep AI flips the script. They use what's called a pantry-first approach, and it is the single most important feature we're going to talk about today. Because instead of handing you a totally generic recipe and telling you to run out and buy 20 random ingredients, the very first thing NutriPrep AI does is ask you what you already have sitting in your kitchen right now. Your weekly meal plan starts with your existing pantry. This completely eliminates that frustrating grocery waste right from the jump. It's kind of crazy how such a simple shift in thinking can completely rewire how you approach the whole week. And this pantry-first philosophy is the entire foundation of what they call the 5-minute Sunday. Let me walk you through just how incredibly frictionless this is. Step 1, you literally just log what's already sitting in your fridge. Let's say some leftover rice, a couple of chicken breasts, and maybe half a bag of spinach. Step 2, you tell the AI your grocery budget for the week and what your actual realistic daily schedule looks like. And step 3, in under 5 minutes, you get a completely personalized meal plan and a highly filtered shopping list. You only buy the missing puzzle pieces. That is the whole shebang. It's so refreshingly straightforward.
So, the crucial point here is how it handles the real-world chaos of feeding a family. I mean, you might have one person who is strictly vegan, another who needs gluten-free or low-sodium options for real medical reasons, and then maybe a picky 9-year-old who absolutely refuses to eat anything green. It's a lot. But NutriPrep AI lets you maintain a unique profile for every single person under your roof. It automatically cross-checks every single generated meal against all of those overlapping dietary needs. It completely eliminates that awful 45-minute mental load of frustrated recipe hunting for busy parents just trying to make everyone happy.
And the app manages to juggle all of this while operating on a really beautiful philosophy: precision without sacrificing pleasure. Whether you're trying to lose a little weight, build muscle, manage your blood sugar, or honestly just eat consistently better, the app totally aligns your plan with those goals. But, and this is key, it keeps eating enjoyable. If you're tracking macros or following specific medical guidance, it just quietly handles all that math in the background. It never ever turns eating into a stressful, guilt-inducing data entry exercise.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why those old methods just crash and burn. A generic meal planning app assumes you have 2 solid hours of free time to chop and simmer and saute every single night. It doesn't know a thing about your real life. But NutriPrep AI, it knows that on Tuesday and Thursday, you don't even walk through the door until 7 p.m., and dinner needs to be on the table in exactly 20 minutes before soccer practice starts. It literally tailors the complexity of your meals to fit the exact amount of time you actually have available on any given day.
Let's actually walk through what a typical first week feels like. So Monday, you're having a delicious chicken rice bowl using those exact leftovers you logged on Sunday. 0 shopping, 0 heavy prep required. Tuesday, because the app knows you are completely rushed, it throws you a quick 15-minute egg and beans skillet. Then Wednesday, you happen to have a bit more time, so you get a proper, relaxing sit-down meal. It actively prevents that dreaded Wednesday panic because the prep time for every single meal is perfectly matched to your daily schedule. The week just stops being a logistical nightmare to survive and starts being this easy flow that you just follow.
Now, brace yourself for this one. It turns out that between 30 and 40% of groceries in the average household end up going to waste. 30 to 40%. That is a massive financial drain when you actually stop to think about it. But because NutriPrep AI builds your plan around what you already own and then generates a precise, filtered shopping list that's even organized by grocery store aisle, it puts a hard, immediate stop to this waste. You are just no longer overpurchasing or buying duplicate ingredients that end up turning to mush in the back of your fridge.
When it comes to actually getting started, the pricing tiers are super accessible. The starter plan is just $12 a month, which is honestly perfect for 1 or 2 people and gives you the complete recipe library. The Pro plan at $24 handles up to 6 people with advanced macro tracking, and then the Family plan at $39 covers up to 8 distinct user profiles with a shared household pantry tracker. Plus, and I love this, every single tier is backed by a risk-free 14-day money-back guarantee. If it doesn't make your life immediately easier, you pay absolutely nothing.
Now, what's really interesting about that $12 monthly figure, which by the way is just $8 if you pay annually, is that it literally costs less than a single midweek takeout lunch that you inevitably end up buying when you don't have a plan. The math is kind of a no-brainer. You're spending a tiny fraction of what you currently waste on thrown-out groceries and desperate, last-minute restaurant runs to just permanently solve your meal planning stress.
Look, I'm sharing this with you exactly like a friend passing along a really good secret that genuinely works. Open NutriPrepPie.com before you open the refrigerator. Sunday is coming up fast. You already know exactly what's going to happen if nothing changes, right? The good intentions, the fridge staring contest, the sad Wednesday takeout, the guilt. Stop doing this the hard way. I highly encourage you to visit the site and just start your free plan this Sunday. Which brings us to one final, really important question. Will you let this Sunday be different? Remember what we said earlier? You don't need more motivation, you don't need more discipline, you just need a better plan, one that actually fits the beautifully chaotic life you're already living. Let the plan come first and let the week effortlessly follow that plan. Head over to NutriPrepie.com, get your Sunday back in 5 minutes, and finally start eating better.